Hello, first grade Cougars. It's Mrs. Belatash. And I have a question. When we were talking about sound, there was a sound source, which like my hands were a sound source right now, right? My voice is a sound source. And there was a sound receiver. Does anybody remember what the sound receiver was? Our ears, right? Our ears were the sound receiver. So now we're talking about light. And we know that there is a light source. So most light on Earth comes from the sun, right? But we can also get light from the overhead lights, from a flashlight. There are other sources of light. I'm wondering, what is a light receiver? So just like there was a sound source and a sound receiver, there is a light source and a light receiver. Our eyes are light receivers. Can we see without light? That's my question, and I want us to do a little experiment to see if we can see without light. I'm going to do a little experiment. I've got a box. Right now there's an opening on the bottom of the box, and it's got a hole in it, and I taped the box closed, and all of the little seams of the box I taped closed. And I have this piece of paper, and I'm going to tape it on the inside of the box. Do you see? It's going to be on the back of the box in there. I'm trying to see so you can see the light. And then I'm going to close the bottom of the box, and we're going to look inside. Okay, so here's my box. I taped it closed on the top, I taped it closed on the bottom. And remember, I put that little sheet of paper inside that was different, it was blue and it had different colored shapes. Now, I'm gonna take my camera and I'm gonna look inside with the camera and I'm gonna see what I can see inside the box. Here's my box. And I put that colored paper inside, and now I'm going to start looking inside the box through the hole. Okay, I'm looking inside the box with my phone. Do you guys see anything inside the box? I don't see anything. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking inside the box. I know that I put the paper in there. Something seems to be missing. Something is not inside the box. You know what's not inside the box? Light. There's no light inside the box. All right, so boys and girls, in order for me to see inside the box, I need to have some light inside the box. So I poked some holes on the side of the box, and I'm gonna use my flashlight, and I'm gonna put the flashlight so the light goes in the box. And now we're gonna go look inside the box. See if we can see some things now. Oh, look at this. I see the red heart. I see the pink square. So before, we couldn't see anything inside the box because something was missing. What was missing before? Light. Light was missing. And also, do you see how my light goes straight in that hole and right across and travels in a straight line? Light is amazing. It always travels in a straight line. So that was kind of an interesting experiment, right? We took a box, we put a paper inside that had shapes and colors on it, we covered it up, we only looked through the front hole, and we couldn't see anything. We couldn't see anything because there was no light. In order for us to see, there needs to be a light source. There was no light source inside the box. Now, our eyes are light receivers. In order for us to be able to see, we need to receive light. When we were looking inside the box, we were not receiving any light, so we could not see anything. Please get your science notebook, and the page I want you to get out is, it says eyes and seeing. And the question is, what can be seen with no light? Nothing. We cannot see without light. So you can write in your own words what you can see without light. I took my pencil and I just made a section that was all dark. And if you wanted, you could get a black crayon and you could color a black section. And I wrote, without light, I cannot see. Because my eyes are light receivers. And if there's no light, I cannot see. Good job today, Cougars. I want to give you a little preview of what's going to happen next week. Next week, you're going to have an engineering challenge. So I want you to start thinking about it now because you're going to build it next week. You need to communicate over a distance with either light or sound. Now, you can't talk, but you have to be able to communicate something to somebody who is far away using either sound or light. Let me give you some examples. If you're in the car with your parents and they're driving, sometimes they stop at an intersection because there's a traffic light and the light changes colors and it tells them to stop or go. That is communicating using light. Let's think about something else. If you are running a race, sometimes they will use an air horn that says go. That's communicating at a distance using sound. I want you to think about what you want to build using sound or light. It does not have to be complicated. It can be super easy. Engineers follow this process when they want to come up with a new engineering design. They come up with an idea. What can I do to communicate with light or sound? Then they make a plan. They can draw a picture or a diagram. Then they build it, but they follow the plan that they made. And finally, after they build it and test it, they make improvements. So I'm looking forward to some of your engineering ideas for next week. I'm thinking about drums and homemade guitars. I'm thinking about a code for flashing my flashlight. There's so many great ideas on how we can communicate with sound and light. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye.